What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from your mama's basement, baby. And today we're going to talk about a couple of guys getting into the Drew League. Now, the Drew League is basically just like basically a pickup game, you know, that a lot of players would go to. Some of them actually went to the Drew League back in the days when it was like when we had a lockout season. I think it was 2011. I forgot when it was, but a lot of players, you know, NBA players would go there just to, you know, practice on their craft and stuff like that. So we had Jordan Clarkson, Nick Young, and Julius Randle that went to the Drew League. Now, starting with Julius Randle. Now, there's highlights on Lakers Nation and also different YouTube channels where you can see different games of Julius Randle and stuff like that. He had one game he went out there. He played. I think he only played one game if I'm not mistaken. He went out there. He had 18 points, 12 boards. But if you look at the highlights, I don't really see nothing new to his game. I mean, he didn't take no jump shots. He basically just, as always, bully basketball. Go to the paint, spin here, finish with the left. Pump fake, finish with the left. He had one play where he finished with the right. But he didn't take no jump shot. All of it was basically in the paint plays. And once again, like I said before, in the Drew League, a lot of guys are not going to play physical basketball with you. It's like just a pickup game, you know, just guys out there having fun and stuff like that. Personally, me, if I was Julius Randle, I'm in the Drew League, and you know, you just working on your craft and all that, I would definitely take jump shots. I would take some jump shots to see what you know, to see, you know, if I can knock them down. Like I said, there wasn't too many highlights of Julius Randle and, you know, of him taking jump shots and stuff like that. It was more highlights about, you know, D'Lo and Jordan Clarkson and all those other guys. Julius Randle, all we basically heard was just sites saying that, you know, he's working on his jump shot, he's working on his strength and stuff like that. But watching that game right there, it's like the same Julius Randle from last year. Now, I'm not going to hold that against him based on the fact that at the end of the day, this is the Drew League. This is not Summer League or preseason, all them other games. This is basically just guys come out there having fun. You know, anytime Nick Young can drop 60 points in that game and average 40 points, you know that this is just basically a pickup game with no defense at all. So I was hoping to see, you know, some jump shots from Julius, but I didn't. You know, just basically seeing him doing his old style of basketball from last year. But I hope that he did work on his craft. I mean, there is saying that he did. And I hope that in the preseason, once it comes, that he's going to show us, you know, a whole different repertoire of things he worked on, like from his jump shot, some low post moves, and also his defense. Now, with Nick Young, he goes there every year. I guess he go there to have fun and stuff like that. One year, I think in 2011, he averaged 40 points. He dropped 60 points one game. He did pretty good. I mean, like I said, you know, that's that year. But this year, you know, there wasn't too much about Nick Young. And I know a lot of people don't really want to hear too much about Nick Young. But I'm like this. As long as Nick Young is a Laker, I'm going to go ahead and ride with the dude, you know. I mean, last year I wanted Okafor, but we got Russell. And then, you know, after a while, you know, roll with the dude. You know, he's a Laker. I can't sit there and keep hating on the guy or say, you know, get rid of him and stuff like that. You know, if they trade, like I said, if they trade him to get a good quality player in return, I'm all with it. But I really like to see Nick Young and Luke Walton's offense, because it's a motion offense where it's a lot of touches, and Nick Young, I believe, will fit good in that offense because all he have to do is just find his spot, and the ball gonna find him. He just gotta take the shot. He doesn't have to he doesn't have to do like the last previous years where he had to work for those shots. And if anybody noticed when Byron Scott had the squad, you know, I'm a big Byron Scott supporter. But when Byron Scott had the squad, you know, them guys had to work for their shots. It wasn't nothing easy. It was mostly ISO plays, and, you know, these guys fighting for spots and positions on the floor in order to get their shots off. So I know a lot of people say, you know, there was comments that came out. I watched at one site where a couple fans, they were saying that JC hanging with Nick Young, he should be hanging with Nick Young. Then another fan said he shouldn't be talking to Nick Young. Then another fan said that, you know, once the Lakers let go Nick Young, JC should let him go as well. Well, I'm going to say it like this. And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to continue to keep saying it. Until Nick Young is traded, he's a Laker. Whether we like it or not, we just got to live with it. Nick Young might surprise us this year if he get playing time. He might be a nice addition off the bench. Never know, man. And for those that keep saying that JC shouldn't talk to Nick Young, that's kind of like stupid to me. At the end of the day, they are teammates. They gotta communicate. They gotta. We have to. If these guys can put their pride to the side and basically focus on the game, we need to do the same as well. And we need to support them. At the end of the day, I hope that Nick Young and Russell overcome their problem. I know Russell already said that he apologized to Nick Young, and if Nick Young want to talk, he's open. So I hope that Nick Young, once he get over his situation with Iggy, hope that he sit down and really talk to Russell, and they, put this stuff to the side. And they don't got to come out and show the public that they done apologize to each other. As long as they can do it behind closed doors and let it speak on the floor, on the court, that's all I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about basketball. I'm not worrying about their personal life. At the end of the day, no one that walked this earth is perfect. We all made mistakes. And we're quick to judge somebody according to a couple of mistakes they made, but not look at ourselves. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking that man to change his ways. So I'm not going to sit there and keep bashing Nick Young for the stupidity things that he does. And when we keep saying that, Nick Young should be a mentor to them, I say it like this and I say it again. Sometimes younger guys can teach older guys some tricks of the trade. Sometimes the younger guys can speak wisdom into some of them older guys. So don't think just because somebody older than you, they might have more knowledge than you. The only thing about it, they're just born before you. But you might have a little bit more knowledge than them, because sometimes some old people are stubborn in their ways, and they don't want to hear nothing that's going to actually help them evolve or become better. And Nick Young, like I said, if you look at Nick Young's career, who was his mentor? And I'll wait on that, because at the end of the day, who was it? He played for Philadelphia and he played for Washington Wizards, or the Washington Bullets, whatever you want to call them back in the days, but the Washington Wizards. But anyway, when he played with the Washington Wizards, who was that leader then? Gilbert Arenas. And what did he do? They had a little situation that went on in the locker room where somebody brought a gun, to the locker room. And I don't want to say names and all that, because that's a past tense type of situation. And just keep that in mind. So at that time, what I'm saying to you is this. Nick Young never had a mentor. He never had a leader. And I know a lot of people say, well, Kobe could be a leader. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true and all, but at the end of the day, Kobe was more about Kobe. Kobe wasn't worrying about them young guys, man. I mean, it showed from last year. I told people over and over again, if Kobe really cared about the development of the young guys and helping them and mentoring them, he could have took a back seat. He could have came off the bench, and helped those guys propel into a better opportunity of winning games. And I'm not mad at Kobe, because we got Brandon Ingram. So I was glad Kobe shot 30-something% from the field and didn't do anything, man. Because what's the point of winning 30 or 35 games, or even winning 40 games and going to the playoff and getting bumped in the first round? And then Kobe's gone, and then we got to start all over. And just imagine if that did happen, we didn't get Brandon Ingram. So I'm not mad at Kobe for being prideful, because this time his prideful paid off for us. And like I said, at the end of the day, the brother did win 5 championships, so I'm not going to beat him down. But like I said, Kobe is more for Kobe. He's not for the team. Kobe's about winning. This year, he didn't, care about winning. He was just basically like, okay, this is my ride out in the sunset, so I'm going to just do me. And going back to Nick Young, like I said, he never had a mentor. So it is what it is, man. But I hope Nick Young turns it around this year. And I hope that he gets a chance to really play in Luke Walton's system before a trade might happen or something like that. Another thing is, too, the only way Nick Young really might be traded if he's put in a package deal. And I don't see the Lakers trading anybody away. Now, when they was trying to make a move with the Russell situation, he could have been in that package for the Russell situation. You never know. But at the end of the day, I don't see them trading Nick Young, and I don't see him cutting him, because at the end of the day, he might be a good addition coming off that bench. And a lot of guys that dislike him might start liking him when he knocked down those jumpers that's going to help win those games. So let's get a brother opportunity and chance, man, this year. See what he does this year. And the Lakers, if the Lakers want to move him by the All-Star break or whatever it may be, and he's showcasing his skill, where now he's a piece now that people can want him, for an addition, or a team that might be trying to make it in the playoffs and stuff like that, and they can use him coming off the bench, then that's a good move. But right now, the only way the Lakers are going to actually wind up trading Nick Young is they got to play him. They got to put him on the floor. They got to play him, and hope that Nick Young game has elevated to the point where he becomes tradable for teams that can utilize him, basically going to the playoff and stuff like that. Now, Jordan Clarkson, it's his first time in the Drew League. He played 2 games so far. I don't know if he's going to play anymore. Now, in the first game, I know a lot of people focus on that 33-point game, but I'm going to go to the first game. The first game, he came out with Jenner. She's one of the sisters from the Kardashians. He came out. He brought out with him. She came out and watched him play and stuff like that. His first game, he went 1 for 12. He was in the gym working on his craft, hitting jumpers and all that. But came out, hit 1 for 12, and he had 6 points. It was so humiliating for him that even the announcer came out and like kind of embarrassed him. Make a joke. Some see, in NBA, you don't hear the analysts talking over the court, but here, this is Drew Lee's a pickup game, so you're gonna hear a lot of. It's like NBA streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like NBA street. The announcer saying crazy stuff. Anyway, this announcer came out and said one of the things he said was that he said, "Wow, they should have brought Brandon Ingram instead of bringing him out." That's how bad he performed that one game. Now the next game he came out, had a spectacular game. He shot 13 for 18, had 33 points. He was getting his shots off. He looked more poised. He was hitting the 3-pointers. He was hitting jumpers. He was going to the rack anytime he wanted to. And once again, guys, this is Drew Lee. This is a way step down from Summer League, where it's less contact. These guys are just basically just having fun. The only good thing about Drew Lee is that it does bring competition. And what I mean by that is this. At the end of the day, these teams still want to win. They're not going to play as hard. Some do play as hard because if you ever played playground basketball, some guys do play physical. So don't sleep on it. Yeah, they might not have the talent as NBA players, but these guys do play a little physical. They bang bodies and stuff like that. But it gives players like Jordan Clarkson, Nick Young, Julius Randle an opportunity to go out there, play against competitors instead of just sitting in the gym every day shooting 200 shots with nobody in front of them, putting a hand up, defending them and stuff like that. Because I can go out there and hit 10 shots in a row if I ain't got nobody in front of me and I'm standing in my same stationary spot that I never move. I know a lot of you guys play horse or play 21 or whatever it is that you call on a playground where you sit there and kept hitting the shot over and over again because nobody never moved. Just like when you hit free throws, at the free throw line in the play, on the playground. If you stay stationary in the spot, you already got your spot set up. You got your jump shot the way you want it off the elbow. So you're going to make a lot of those shots. But when somebody's D'ing you up, that's a different story. So it was good for them guys to get out there and actually showcase their skill set and stuff like that. But it's Drew Lee. So what I want you guys to do is get in the comment section and tell me what you think. If y'all seen the highlights, if you didn't, let me know and I'll try to fish the highlights out for you and stuff like that. But you can find them on YouTube, so I didn't feel like putting them in the discussion. In the description box because it's all over YouTube. You can see some of the highlights of Jordan Clarkson and Julius Randle. You don't really see too much on Nick Young. They got a couple. Well, they got one highlight on Nick Young. He's doing it. Basically the same Nick Young. It's not too much of a difference. But with that being said, it's your man Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think. What you think about the Lakers trio playing in the Drew League, and how can this actually mesh when it goes to the preseason on to the NBA season. So as always, guys, take care, be safe out there, and have a blessed day.